stop. Before you put on those pants this morning, I need you to look at what they are doing to your silhouette from the waist down, not how they feel, how they look. Because the pants you wear are the foundation of the entire lower half of your outfit. And a pant cut that works against your body can add 10 years to a silhouette that has nothing else wrong with it. The lower half of the body communicates length and proportion. When the pant cut creates visual length, when the line of the leg reads as a long, continuous, unbroken vertical, the whole body reads as taller, more elegant, and more current. When the pant cut interrupts that length, when it adds horizontal lines across the leg, ends at the wrong point, draws the eye to the widest part of the silhouette, the whole body reads as shorter, heavier, and older. This is not about body shape. It is about line. The right pant cut creates the right line regardless of the body inside it, and the right line produces the same result on any body. A silhouette that reads as longer, more proportioned, and more current than the wrong cut on the exact same body. The most aging pant cut of all is the last one. Pant number 5, the ankle-grazer in a stiff, heavy fabric. The ankle-grazer, the cropped pant that ends between the mid-calf and the ankle, is one of the most widely worn casual pant lengths for women over 60, and one of the most consistently aging when combined with stiff or heavy fabric. The ankle-grazer creates a horizontal line across the lower leg, at the exact point where a horizontal line does the most damage to apparent leg length. Above the ankle, where the eye would otherwise travel without interruption down to the shoe. A stiff, heavy fabric makes that horizontal line more rigid and more of a stopping point. The eye hits the hem and stops. On a woman over 60, where every inch of apparent leg length is valuable, a horizontal stopping point across the lower leg is one of the most height-reducing elements an outfit can contain. The fix is to extend to a full-length trouser that ends at the shoe, or to wear the ankle-grazer in a softer, more fluid fabric that allows the hem to soften and move rather than creating a rigid bar. A fluid ankle-grazer in a soft jersey or a drapey fabric reads as significantly more current and less age-adding than the same length in stiff cotton or thick denim. The shoe pairing also matters. A pointed or almond-toed shoe continues the leg line past the ankle-grazer hem, while a rounded flat shoe creates a second horizontal stopping point below the first. 2 stopping points within 2 inches of each other. The most height-reducing ankle-grazer possible. Pant number 4, the tapered leg with a mid-rise waist. The tapered pant, wider at the hip and thigh, narrowing progressively to a fitted ankle. In combination with a mid-rise waist is one of the silhouette combinations most commonly found in the wardrobes of women over 60 and one of the most consistently difficult to wear well after 60. The tapered leg creates a triangular shape from hip to ankle that places the widest visual point of the lower body at the hip and thigh and points downward to a narrow ankle. This triangular shape draws the eye to the widest part of the lower body, the hip, and makes the entire lower half read as top-heavy. The mid-rise waist compounds this by sitting at the point on the torso where the waist is widest, creating no visual waist definition. The fix is to choose a straight leg or a wide leg pant. A straight leg maintains a consistent width from hip to ankle, creating a clean vertical line rather than the triangular shape. A wide leg creates a dramatic vertical line that reads as extremely elongating, particularly wide enough to create a continuous column from hip to floor. The most flattering wide leg proportion is a leg wide enough to create a clear column, but narrow enough to retain the shape of the leg inside it. approximately the width of a classic Oxford-style trouser. A leg this wide creates a strong vertical column that flows from the high hip to the floor in a single clean sweep. Paired with a shoe that sits at or below the hem, this pant creates one of the most consistently elegant and height-extending silhouettes available to any woman over 60, regardless of her proportions. Pant number 3, the flat front slim trouser in a pale or bright color. The slim trouser, the fitted pant with a clean flat front, and a leg fitted close to the leg from waist to ankle, is a sophisticated and current pant shape in the right color. In pale colors or bright solid colors, the slim trouser creates a specific aging problem for women over 60. A pale or bright color on a fitted leg maximizes the visibility of every curve and every line in the lower body. At younger ages, this maximized visibility is neutral or flattering. After 60, where the body has changed in ways the woman may be self-conscious about, the bright or pale slim trouser draws the eye directly to the lower body in a way that amplifies rather than softens what is there. Pale and bright colors reflect more light than dark colors. They visually advance, appearing closer, larger, and more prominent to the viewer. A pale, slim trouser makes the lower body the most visually prominent element of the outfit. Dark or mid-tone colors do the opposite. They recede visually and allow the upper body and the face to be the dominant visual elements. The fix is to choose slim trousers in dark or mid-tone colors: navy, charcoal, deep olive, rich burgundy, where the fitted leg produces the elongating clean line without maximizing the visual prominence of the lower body. A patterned slim trouser applies the same principle. The pattern maximizes the visual prominence of the lower body in the same way that pale and bright colors do. Solid over pattern, dark over light. In the lower half of the body, these principles are almost universally applicable for a mature silhouette. Pant number 2, the elastic waist pull-on in a shapeless cut. This is the most widely worn pant category in the wardrobes of women over 60, and the one that requires the most delicate handling, because the elastic waist pull-on is worn primarily for comfort and mobility, and comfort and mobility are entirely legitimate considerations in dressing after 60. The problem is not the elastic waist. The problem is the specific cut of the pull-on that most commonly accompanies it. A shapeless cut that is too wide through the hip and thigh, that gathers or bunches at the waistband, and that has no defined leg line from waist to hem. This cut creates a silhouette in the lower body that reads as a single undefined mass of fabric from the waist downward. No waist definition, no hip curve, no leg line, nothing for the eye to follow. The result is the specific shapeless reading that makes an outfit look like it stopped at the waist and gave up below it. The fix is not to stop wearing elastic waist pants. It is to choose pull-on pants cut with a defined leg line, either a straight leg or a wide leg, that creates a visible vertical direction from waist to hem, even though the waistband is elasticated. Pull-on pants in a straight or wide leg in a pant fabric or a structured jersey can be just as comfortable as the shapeless pull-on while producing a completely different and completely more current silhouette. The elasticated waist is invisible at the waistband. What is visible is the leg line. When a pull-on pant has too much fabric for the elastic waistband to contain smoothly, the excess gathers and bunches at the waist, adding visual bulk at exactly the point where visual bulk is most damaging. Sizing down in pull-on pants, if the hip measurement allows it, often eliminates the gathering problem entirely and converts a shapeless pull-on into a clean-lined, current pant. And now pant number 1, the most aging pant cut for women over 60, the one that is most common, most invisible as a problem, and most consistently responsible for the specific, aged silhouette quality that women describe when they say nothing looks right on them anymore. Pant number 1, the mid-rise straight leg pant in a medium-weight denim or similar fabric, worn at exactly the length that ends the leg 2 inches above the shoe. This combination, mid-rise, straight leg, medium denim weight, ankle to shoe gap, is the default everyday pant of millions of women over 60. And it creates a very specific compounding of silhouette problems. The mid-rise waist sits at the widest point of the natural waist, creating no definition. The straight leg provides no dramatic vertical line, because the width is moderate, rather than clean and slim, or bold and wide. The medium denim weight suppresses movement and drape without creating a clean line, and the 2-inch gap between the pant hem and the shoe creates a horizontal stopping point at the ankle, breaking the long vertical line that shoes and hemlines are supposed to create together. The fix is threefold. First, raise the waist. A high-rise trouser creates visible waist definition and lengthens the apparent leg by raising the point from which the leg visually begins. Second, lengthen the hem. A trouser that grazes the top of the shoe closes the ankle gap and creates a clean, unbroken vertical line from waist to floor. Third, replace the medium denim with a lighter draping fabric or a darker wash that recedes visually. These 3 changes simultaneously convert the default aging pant into the most consistently flattering silhouette available to any woman over 60. A high-rise waist sitting above the natural waist creates visible definition and raises the visual start of the leg. A straight leg in a dark color creates a clean, recessive vertical line from the raised waist to the floor, and a hem grazing the shoe closes the ankle gap, completing the continuous vertical line. On the right body, this combination can add an apparent 2 to 3 inches of height. On any body, it produces a silhouette that reads as more elegant, more current, and more deliberate than the default denim was allowing. Which of these 5 pant cuts do you reach for most often? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one.